Hello and welcome to MolyFit Wellness. Right, first things first, an introduction. I'm John Molyneux, also known as Molly, and I've started MolyFit for one reason only, and that's to promote daily exercise for the older adult. Because I can't emphasize enough, I've been doing it for 20 years as a career, that exercise is the magic pill and it can change your life. With me is the lovely Gemma. And Gemma is she's basically in charge of everything technical, and she'll be there if you want to ask me any questions with the live chat. She'll be there letting me know your questions, because I really want to create an online community where we all exercise together and talk about it. Behind the camera is the wonderful and lovely Arif. Say hello. And we're here at AG Studios filming this in St Albans. Right, let's talk about safety before we begin. First things first, ditch the slippers. No slippers. When you exercise, either sensible shoes or bare feet. Make sure the clothes you're wearing are comfortable with freedom of movement, and make sure you have space around you. So we might do some arm exercises, make sure you're not going to bang into anything, there's no light to bang into, and also make sure there's no trip hazards on the floor, rug, wires, that sort of thing. Very importantly, make sure you're able to contact someone, so you're either near a phone or a buzzer, just in case you need it. And then as we are exercising, it's also good to have a bottle or a glass of water to take regular sips of water. Now, listen to your body. If you feel unwell, if you feel dizzy, sit down and stop. I want you to really listen to your body. Exercise what we're trying to do is promote wellness. You certainly shouldn't feel pain, and you certainly shouldn't feel unwell when you're exercising. Right, so what are we doing here? Well, it's thanks to Heart Sport Partnership that this is a trial to try and improve walking with daily exercise. And we'll be using my third book, Who Says Age Should Slow You Down, as a reference guide. And in this book, there's different weekly exercises that we'll be doing throughout the week. Each week I'll be in here twice a week on a Tuesday and Thursday going through the exercises with you. Now, this has been funded for people living in Hertfordshire through Heart Sports Partnership. So if you want to claim your free copy of the book, all you need to do is email me. My email is on the website, mollyfit.co.uk, or you can also email me hello@mollyfit.co.uk. Now, very excitingly, we've got 2 partners so far. That will build up as the months go on. This is a 6-month trial pilot scheme. So you can also walk in and get a free copy of the book from Topkins Pharmacy, Station Road in Harpenden, and also Welwyn Garden City Central Library. That's the massive library on the big roundabout at the top of town centre in Welwyn Garden City. So personally, thank you very much, you two, for agreeing to be a partner with us. Right, let's begin. So today is all about the core, TVA. Now, 2 of my favourite subjects are bad backs and fall prevention. A big part of both of those is learning how to switch on your core. What is your core? There's basically loads of muscles responsible for maintaining posture, loads of core muscles, but we're going to focus on just one today, and that's the TVA muscle, which is here. Now, if you learn to switch it on, it acts as a corset around the waist, and it keeps you upright, but more importantly, it stops you putting unnecessary pressure into your lower back, causing pain and making you top heavy. So what I mean by top heavy is when we're tired, when we're weak, especially with lockdown, where our frames have basically forgotten how to support our body weight, we tend to lean forward slightly. Puts pressure in our back, but it also puts our head forwards, making us top heavy. This weighs about 5 kilograms. So if you do accidentally trip or stumble, this big weight is going to send you forwards. Now, one of the reasons I wrote this book, a big bee in my bonnet, is as we get older, we get unsteady on our feet or whatever, and we're just given out a walking aid or a walking stick. And I want to challenge that. I want to be like, well, before we sort of get used to walking with a Zimmer frame and then that's it, we're so used to walking with it, we can't but do anything other than walk with it. Let's try and strengthen our muscles, work on balance exercises, work on a bit of coordination, and see if we can make you more steady on your feet and help with your walking and mobility. So let's start exercising. Now in the book, the exercises are done lying on the bed. So these exercises you can do either sitting down or lying on the bed. Just choose what works best for you. So if you sit yourself in the chair, and the first thing we're going to do is a little test. And I want you to sit up your version of straight. Sit up nice and straight, open the chest, and raise the chin so the eyes are looking forward, finding a fixed focal point on the wall. Then use the back of the hand and just place it in the small of the back. Sit yourself up as straight as you can. Just breathe. We're going to hold it there. And now I just want you to relax. And as you relax, you should slouch and feel all that body weight that's now gone into your back. You should be able to feel it in the back of your hands. And the trouble is, we do this all day long. You know, it's much more comfortable. Again, lockdown's got a lot to answer for, to sit like this. And as you sit like this, look at this, all your body fat pushes forward, you slouch, and now all my body weight's sitting in my lower back, which is no good. It doesn't look good, and it's definitely no good for the body. What I'm going to try and help you to do is learn how to sit like this, sit the correct way, the anatomically correct way, with your body weight in your stomach, out of your back. Brilliant. So let's try and find this TVA muscle. I'm going to stand up so it's easier to demonstrate, but as I said earlier, do it on the chair or lying on your bed. If you lie on your bed, lie down with your knees bent, feet flat on the bed. I ask you to do that because lying that way gives you a neutral spine and naturally keeps all the body weight out of your back. So take both fingers, place them on your belly button, and then walk about 3 finger lengths across and about 3 finger lengths down, okay? So here's the there's your pelvis. If you can feel bone, you've gone too far over. So you're walking your fingers into the soft bit, just around the pant or knicker line. And I want you to push in quite firmly so you can feel it. And then straighten up, take a breath, breathe in, and then draw your tummy in. And just hold it there, not for too long, and then relax. Now, very importantly, make sure you don't forget to breathe. One of the core muscles is the diaphragm, and quite often people are sort of struggling to find their core, switching everything on, and we stop breathing. So that's quite important. Make sure you continue breathing. So you should have felt something activating. Now, the core muscle is completely different from the stomach muscle. With the stomach muscle, your six-pack muscles, when you do stomach crunches, the muscles pop out. With the core muscles, you're drawing them in. So I always say, imagine you've got a zip. So from the top of your privates up to your belly button, draw in a zip, tuck it in, and you should feel something tightening up. Now, if you have got a bit of a bad back and you're trying too hard, you can actually give yourself a bad back. And also, if you try too hard, you can also give yourself a groin strain. So go easy on this one. Don't strain, just be aware that something is tightening up and something's activated. And that's your TVA. So let's try it sitting down now. So we're just going to sit down. Let's think about the rest of our body. This is what I want to try and get you to do over these next few weeks, is just be mindful of what your body's doing and how it can affect your balance and strength and backache and tension in other ways. So first thing is when you're sitting down, try and make sure the heels are directly under the knees. If your heels are in like that, it shortens the hamstring, it tilts the pelvis, and it puts pressure, unnecessary pressure in your lower back. So heels under knees. Also, the chair, if you're doing this on a sofa or a chair that's a bit low and you can feel that your knees are higher than your bottom, that also tilts the pelvis and puts pressure in the lower spine. So an easy solution is just put a cushion or a couple of pillows underneath your bottom just to elevate yourself a bit more. So we've done that, we're sitting up straight, try and relax the shoulders and don't forget to breathe. Nice, slow, deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let's activate our core muscles now. So put your fingers in, so remember, find your belly button, walk about 3 finger distance across, 3 finger distance down, push into the soft tissue, push in quite firmly so you can feel it, because these aren't easy muscles to find. I'm not expecting you to get this straight away. This is going to take, a few days of practice. Push in, and then imagine that imaginary zip from the groin up to the belly button, draw it in, and see if you can feel something activating. And let's hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And if you relax and you go like that, you know you've got the right muscles. So we're going to have a little break and we're going to do that again. But I just want to go over the fact that, we're only going to do, I know I'm waffling on today, but this is the introduction. This is like, hello, this is who I am. But we are just going to do 1 or 2 exercises. It's going to take no longer than 5 minutes. I just want 5 minutes of your time every day and you will feel the benefits. So let's try that again. Now, if you know where it is and you're quite confident, you don't need to put your fingers there. If you still need to, a bit unsure, put your fingers there. Let's draw it in, activate it, and let's try and hold it for 10 seconds now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, relax. Let's give it a little break and we're going to try that one more time. So, sit yourself up straight, remember, heels directly under knees, feet about hip distance apart, open your chest, relax, keep breathing, fingers into the belly button, 3 fingers across, 3 fingers down, press down so you can feel something tightening up underneath your fingers. Now draw it in, hold it there and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and well done. So now we're going to give you a little test. We're just going to do a simple little test just to see if you've got it or not. So activate your core. So put on your TVA muscle, draw it in, zip it up, and now 1 foot, doesn't matter which one, put your hands by your side and just gently lift 1 foot off the floor. Keep the angle of the knee the same, so the lift is coming from the hip, and just lift and hold. Now, if your core muscle is on, you'll feel it obviously in your thigh because you're using those muscles, but you'll feel it faintly in the stomach and down. Because your core muscle, what I'm trying to promote here is that your core is the driving force of any movement in the body. So before we do any exercise, any movement, we want to activate the core first and then go on. So it's like the director, I was going to say the director of an orchestra, but I don't mean director, do I, Gemma? I mean, thank you. It's like the conductor of an orchestra. Okay? So let's try that. Put it on, activate it, lift the leg, and if you've done it properly, you'll feel it here and here. And if you haven't got your core on, the first place you'll feel it is your back. And if you are a bit more mindful of your body and what's happening, if your core isn't on and you lift up, you can actually feel your body dipping back. You can feel your body weight going into the back because our bodies are lazy and they will always try and find the easiest way to do something. And quite often the easiest way is the back says, don't worry fellas, I'll take over, and the back gets involved. We don't want that. We want the back to behave itself. We're not asking for its help. It's all coming from here. So let's just try one more time. Sit yourself up straight. Fingers into the belly button. Come across, push down. Now, put on your imaginary zip by zipping up to the belly button, push your fingers in, feel that muscle working, and then with it working, lift up the leg, try and hold it all in place for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Now, as I said, I'm not expecting you to get that straight away. This is as far as I'm concerned, this is the most important exercise in the book, which is why I've done it, why it's the first one, but it's also the most difficult. It will take you a few days, maybe a few weeks to get your head and your body's gripped, because I've just basically asked you to put a muscle on that you've never really thought about or used before. So that's TVA, and this is MolyFit. We'll be live again on Thursday at 11:30 to do more core. Until then, I'll see you then. Stay well, stay MolyFit.